This message is, and this teaching is death to the scale. So I'm glad all you all that joined in. This is amazing. So we just teaching on death to the scale. It's not that scales have no value at all. It's not that I don't want you to ever step on the scale. So I'm gonna say that. I don't want you to throw away your scale or anything like that. But I'm just trying to put the scale in perspective because remember, the scale for weighing people, as I'm explaining, is a newer invention. So think if you look back at people who were healthy before the scale, they didn't have something to step on and say, "Oh, am I healthy or not?" No, they had certain habits, certain routines, certain behaviors, certain actions that they would follow, and then that will be able to dictate them and see how healthy they are. You got people in these blue zones. So blue zones are zones around the world where people are living longer. And look, they're not driven like the Western culture is. We're driven by a scale and its numbers. They're driven by eating healthy foods, being active, getting sunlight, not sitting around all day. That actually makes them healthier. So I'm just trying to put the scale in perspective to so you won't find the whole point of this teaching, don't find your value and worth as you are going along in your journey on the scale. Meaning, if a scale or something says this or that, I don't want nobody to ever look down and be like, oh man, I'm just down about that. No, understand some of the habits that you have been doing. And what we can do is we can work on the habits. Don't look at the scale and get yourself down and make you feel like you're worthless or man, what am I doing? Da, 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 da. No, we can instead focus back on what we are doing nutritionally, exercise. If we got to switch a few things up, that's okay. But never look at the scale and get down. Look at the scale as this number is what it is. But I'm focusing more on my habits and more on my transformation and more on the new lifestyle that I am creating than some numbers on a scale. Because if they took away all the scales out of the world, you still have a health journey that you want to be on, and you still got goals that you want to reach. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a weight goal. All right, so death to the scale. Weighing scales were born out of necessity for traders. As trading developed, merchants needed a way to assess the value of goods that could not simply be counted by the pieces like irregular shaped gold nuggets, right? So, what hinders our health journey is the idea behind the creation of the scale. So, it's not the scale itself, it's the idea behind the creation of the scale was it's meant to assess value. So, what we do is we assess our value, how much we're worth, how good we're doing and how bad we're doing solely off of numbers on the scale. You can be doing 52 things right. Let you look on that scale, you'll find and you'll see disappointment if the number's not right and you almost quit and give up. What about the other 50 things that you're doing right? It may just be a little bit more intentionality. It may just be a little bit more execution. It may just be, hey, we need to switch up some workouts. Hey, it could be, look, you may be taking in too much of this. Hey, it could be, look, that's all right. We don't know how your metabolism is set up and was worked and stuff like that. So let's continue to work on some things, but don't ever, if you're getting down when you see a number on the scale, then your value of your journey is based off of a scale, and it should not be that. It should be how healthy you are, how active you are. You should have joy in your life when it comes to your transformation so this thing can last long. Okay. So remember, don't let the idea behind the creation of the scale about it assessing your value as a person. Okay, do not let the scale throw that off. So value means it's your worth, your importance, and your usefulness. How important, beneficial. It's having a high opinion of. So you don't want to have the highest opinion of that scale because as we've seen on some of these in bodies. Let's say I think Chrissy W is a perfect example. I think she lost like I think 3.5 pounds over the last month, but she lost about 7 pounds in body fat. So if I just got a scale and I step on it and I see these numbers, She don't, man, she gained like over 2.5 pounds of muscle. She lost over 7 pounds of body fat. That's why her numbers are the way they are. So the cool thing about it, she lost like body fat percentage and everything. That scale doesn't tell that. The scale doesn't tell the true story. It doesn't tell about all the work and all the change that you're actually putting in. So these are some of the reasons why I hate the scale. Remember, I'm not anti-scale. I'm just saying the reason why I hate the scale is because it robs us a lot of our health goal. I've seen many people fall by the wayside because of three numbers on a scale. So reason why I hate it as a nutrition coach, not as a person, like I don't have nothing against scale. I don't want to go smash every scale in the world, but as a nutrition coach and a person trying to guide people into change, because I believe the scale is a thief. What the thief does? Steal, kill, and destroy. It steals your joy. It kills your gains, meaning it makes you belittle other accomplishments and can lead you back into bad habits. Or the skill can also manipulate you and deceive you because let's say if I go out and eat 7 burgers, right? And somehow, some way, I don't know, I wake up a pound lighter. I'm deceived now that eating 7 burgers is okay because look, I woke up a pound lighter. You understand what I'm saying? So don't do that. Focus more on the habits. I know eating 7 burgers is just a bad habit, but if I only value that scale and the numbers, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, oh man, I lost a half a pound. That's crazy. Well, that must mean, if I just starve myself at this time and eat anytime I want to, then da 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 da. Like this one guy was telling me about his intermittent fasting stuff that he does. He said, "Man, I wake up lean and I rip out through the intermittent fasting." But then he was telling me like, well, he eat donuts and cookies and cakes and pies, and some days he may eat all waffles or something. I'm like, man, well, look, that works for one out of every thousands of people, buddy. Like that's bad advice. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So don't fall for that. He has horrible habits. It's just this little intermittent fasting thing has decided to work for him in that sense. But man, he's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing healthy about what he's doing at all. So that's why I say don't just let the three numbers on the scale lead and dictate and guide everything because you'll end up becoming unhealthy just to get a number. All right. So and still kill and it destroys your worth. It belittles your worth. You're worth more than three numbers on the scale. So do not put your value or how beneficial you are to anything by numbers on the scale. Number two, out there being a thief, I hate the scale because it's a liar of true health. The InBody scan is proving that. The scale is a liar of true health. It doesn't tell the full story. It tells three numbers. Number three, it controls people. So as a coach, my goal is not to control you. I give you a ton of freedom. Like I never say, don't eat this, don't eat that, da 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 da. So, but the scale controls you. It controls your day, your attitude, and everything else. Number four, it makes people feel like they cannot be healthy without it. Some people think if they don't have a scale, there's no way they can know whether they're healthy. What did people do before they had scales? They were very healthy. They were a lot healthier than we are now. We may live a certain amount now because we got good medicines and technologies and doctors, but we're not healthier than they were back then. Number five, it makes transformation impossible at times. When I'm trying to help people transform, they keep getting caught up and they keep going on these emotional roller coasters because of the scale. Number six, it makes my job 10 times harder. Number seven, it has the power to keep you unhealthy, like I explained earlier. Number eight, it makes you forget about where you came from. So a person could have been not working out for the last 6 years. They come in, they're doing good, busting their butt, losing a few pounds. All of a sudden, for a month, they hit a plateau. First of all, they're weighing themselves every 3 days. Second of all, they hit a plateau. And then they forget about they just came from off the couch doing a bunch of nothing, not working out, not taking their health serious. Now they kicking butt, man. They doing their thing. They get on the scale and like they forgot that they lost all of their humility. Like, where did you come from? Okay, you came from doing nothing. Now you're making changes. Don't get down because of three numbers on the scale. Number nine, it blinds your mind of your true to heart why. Everybody has a why they join. Yeah, some people want to lose weight, be healthy, but the deeper whys, like, man, I want to be able to, be around for my grandkids when I want to walk them down the aisle when I'm 65 years old. I want to live long. I want to be able to do what God has called me to do. I want to, be strong and healthy for my family. I want to be a good husband. So I believe in being a good husband. You got to be healthy, because if my heart goes out or something like that, how good of a husband I'm going to be if I'm sitting up in the hospital all day long? So those are your deeper whys. You get on the scale, you don't see no numbers. You say, forget it. Let me go get a donut. Let me go get cake. Let me go get, why mine as well? So it blinds you. All right. These are the things that the scale does. Number 10, it has the ability to negatively influence your decision making. All right. When people don't see the numbers that they want to see, I've done it before. I was in a weight loss challenge back probably about six years ago. Hold on. No, probably about 4 years ago. Yeah, so probably about 4 years, I was weight loss challenge, and I thought I was doing good, losing weight. I was, working out. I was hungry at times, but I was pushing through it, and I didn't see a number that I saw on the scale. What I do? Boom! I went straight to Burger King. Said, "Well, forget it. I'm out to eat something," because I was angry, I was frustrated, I was whatever. So I say it has the ability to negatively influence your decision making. I know you all might have been there before. Maybe I'm the only one. But number 11, it makes developing healthy habits seem worthless. Well, what's the point of eating, healthy fats or colorful fruits and veggies or smart carbs and stuff like that? If I'm not losing all the weight I want to lose, I might as well do this. Well, no, you're getting healthier. You're 10 times better off staying with your habits and doing what you're doing. We can make some adjustments along the way, but look, take your time. Learn the habits, enjoy the habits, get used to the habits, then we'll make adjustments. I'm not trying to make adjustments just yet. We got to still be intentional. We got to still execute. We got to still practice these healthy habits. They're never worthless just because the scale says something. Number 12, because our goal of this program is to make you all into healthy individuals and make the change of being healthy last as long as it can possibly last. That's our goal. We never promise weight loss. We never promise you're going to lose 45 pounds. Never, not once, not one conversation I ever have, I ever say that. The program never said that. So your goal more so is to develop a healthy lifestyle that's suitable for you and how you live, that's enjoyable and that's manageable. I can manage this for the rest of my life. Okay, I can eat smart carbs for the rest of my life. That's cool. I can eat lean protein. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't tell you the do's and don'ts. We just tell you, we just add so we just add to your health with stuff that we're teaching you. Number 12, it causes anxiety, anger, depression, worry, stress, and even suicidal thoughts. And that's crazy that the scale does that. And it's proven that the scale does do that. What the scale doesn't do. This is what now, those were the 12 reasons why I hate the scale. Now, this is what the scale does not do. The scale doesn't make you healthier. I never know nobody just stands on the scale and be like, oh, I'm getting healthier because I'm on this scale. The scale itself does not make you healthier. Numbers on the scale don't make you healthier. What makes you healthier? Habits, changing your mind, avoiding the hindrances, being consistent, executing, being intentional, having empowering belief. Those are the things that make you healthy. A scale, whether you got a scale or not, that scale does not make you actually healthier. Number 2, it doesn't make you a better mom, dad, husband, wife, believer, friend, etc. That's the part when I'm saying don't put all your value in those numbers. It doesn't make you a better anything. All right. The scale does not make you better at being a mom. I'm a better mom because I stepped on the scale today. No, you're not at all. It doesn't do that. I'm a better dad because I just was on the scale last night. It doesn't do that at all. So these are the things that the habits will do, because you'll be healthier, lasting longer. You'll be able to be a mom that's there, or a grandmom that can play with your kids, or a dad that can enjoy walks into your 60s and 70s with your wife because you kept up on your health. Those habits make you better, not scale. Number 3, does not cause you to lose weight. Action and habits I do off the scale, they produce the results. The scale itself don't make you lose weight. It's the action and habits that you do off of the scale. Number 4, the scale itself doesn't make you look any better. It's all about the action and the habits. And the scale doesn't tell the whole story. These are some of the testimonies that we have from people who've been through the program. And this is some of the stuff that they've said. And they didn't say anything about the scale and none of that other stuff. But this is the full story that the scale does not tell right here. So this person said, man, I have lowered my cholesterol, blood pressure, and I'm no more a pre-diabetic. The scale didn't tell them none of that stuff. I can fit into my clothes I couldn't fit for years. I couldn't fit in for years. I feel like I can wear any shirt that I want. I feel so much better. I can lift objects that I used to have to get others to help me lift. I can walk up and down the stairs without being tired. My stomach, face, and body looks different. I've lost so many inches. I can fit my belt now. My rings come off my finger. I used to have an eating disorder. I never felt this alive. My daughter texted me from college asking me about healthy eating options. My spouse has lost weight since I've made changes. My energy is amazing. I'm so much stronger. I'm not sitting on the couch every day anymore. I have date night with my spouse now. I can keep up with my kids and grandkids. I'm finally sleeping at night. I'm a lot more confident in my approach to life. I can finally jump rope. I haven't been able to run in years without being in pain. I've made new friends and connections. I have a great time when I'm exercising. Look, that's big because people hate exercising. Now you got people making this transformation. You're like, man, I actually have a great time when I'm there and I'm exercising. I have a better attitude and I am not as stressed as I used to be. I enjoy time with my family and friends. I am no longer a slave to food. I have habits and skills now that I can carry into life and be a healthy individual. I feel like I've added 20 years extra to my life. These are the testimonies that the scale and the number on the scale cannot tell all of these things. This not even half of the testimonies that people have been saying, but it's the stuff that I've jotted down over the time we've been doing it. So I ask you these three questions. What story are you allowing the scale to tell you? If that scale never moved another pound for the rest of your life, would you be an unhappy person? And would you quit your health journey and go back to living and doing what you were before you entered into this transformation group? And we're going to visit those questions. If the answer to those questions are yes, then we need to have a discussion private to determine what why why you have such a low self-value that you allow the scale to rule and dictate you. All right. So, and really consider those questions and ask yourself those. I'll say them again, but that is it.